Greetings, friends, family, freaks and uniques. I am Rob Chapman. Let's take a look at the Lydian mode. I have cunningly constructed for you a beautiful sandbox area to learn and develop your ability to play the Lydian mode. You don't need to know any theory for this lesson. Let's get into it. E Lydian is the fourth mode of B major. So we're going to be using the B major scale shape as kind of a template to help us really understand where we are. The chord progression is going to be 4, 2, 6. And what I mean by that is if we're in the B major scale, don't worry, you don't need to know this, but here's the scale. Then we're going to have the fourth note. We're going to have the second note. And we're going to have the sixth note. Those are the roots of our chords. So the first chord is going to be this E9. And then we're going to have this C sharp minor. And then we're going to have a G sharp minor. I'll teach you the fingerings, don't worry. But I'm showing you that this comes from the B major scale. So we've got... That's our first chord, second chord, and our third chord is the sixth. So, the first chord, this E9, is one of my favourite chords of all time. Stole it blatantly from Steve Vai a long time ago, from Eat 'em and Smile, I think it is. He plays it down here, but I play it as an E9 like this. So, your third finger on the A string at the 11th fret. Our first finger at the 9th fret D string. Our little finger on the G string 11th fret. Everything else open. So you got this beautiful inversion. The root is the open E string. I really like that. Such a nice warm chord. And definitely experiment using this in D if you drop D. So this is our root, so to speak. This is where Lydian is coming from. This is our E9 chord. So the next chord very cunningly flows from this. What you have to do is take your little finger off, put your first finger flat across the guitar where it was already situated, and try pressing from the middle of the finger, not from the tip. Press from here, because your finger will stay straight. If you press from here, it'll curve, and the strings underneath will dodge. So you get this beautiful minor chord. C sharp minor. And then we're going to play a G sharp minor chord, which is probably a shape that you are familiar with by now. So we're going to do 11th fret on the A string. The third and little finger are both going to go on the 13th fret D and G string. Your second finger is going to pop down on the B string 12th fret. And then if you want, you can leave that high E string open to hint at our Lydian E. As long as you don't power it, or bar down. So the chord progression is this. It's beautiful. And like I said, this is the fourth degree of the B major scale, the second, and the sixth. So, because Lydian is the fourth degree of the B major scale, you can just play the B major scale over these chords and it will give you the vibe of Lydian while you are playing over them. So, I'll give you other options as well, don't worry. But so here's that scale. So with this first chord, in my mind, I'm looking at the notes of that scale and where they sit underneath this chord so that I can see the notes available to me. And when I strum that chord, I'm then going to play a selection of those notes, okay? And I'll give you the scale shape nice and close and slow afterwards in case you're not familiar with the major scale shape. But this is what I would do to begin with. just a handful of notes from that scale shape. I didn't make any licks, I just played a few notes, and I'm going in my brain from chord thinking to, I wonder what's underneath this chord and what's around me. You know, it's useful to step away from chord thinking, although it's very useful to be in chord thinking, and think about the scale shapes and arpeggios around the chord shape. It also makes you think about which notes you are playing in the chord and how they relate to the scale. So the next chord, when we come down to this C sharp minor, now it's in B major. You can continue to play B major, or you could play C sharp pentatonic, and I'm pretty sure you know this scale shape. So when you get to here, you have options. Or as you will, either one will work nicely, and just feel how the notes sound. Some of them will feel more appropriate than others, okay? And then lastly, for this G sharp minor, again, we've still got this scale here, but you might want to consider using the scale a little bit closer to that chord. So this is a B major scale starting on D sharp. It's also D sharp Phrygian. So this is how the scale shape looks. This will work perfectly over the G sharp minor. So you've got the B major scale here. You've got another B major scale shape here. And I'm suggesting to use this one because it is closer to this chord shape. When I was playing the E, my hand went back. I'm kind of sat on top of B major that starts on a B. Whereas when I'm up here, I'd have to jump down to play that scale shape. So it's more practical to play a B major scale here. Or of course, you could play G sharp minor. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Practice the chords, learn the scales underneath, and see if you can get to grips with the Lydian mode. If you've enjoyed this, please hammer kind and considerate and fun and enjoyable things in the commentary section below. Take it easy. Chappers out.